Hi y'all, I'm Brenda with Blessings and Bread. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be making some homemade ice cream. This is something I always love to do during the summer, and we have had some extremely hot weather here in Texas in August. So today I'm going to be making some homemade ice cream. Now last year I got a new ice cream freezer, and I'm real tickled about it. I've used it a couple of times, but I'll be showing you how to make ice cream using an electric ice cream freezer. So come along with me today while I show you how to make homemade ice cream. This recipe is going to make a 1.5 gallons of homemade ice cream. And I'm using the recipe that my mom always used. So I'm going to do, her recipe though is just for 1 gallon. So I'm doing 6 eggs for 1.5 gallons. And I need to just tell you that this recipe actually has raw eggs in it. That's how my mom did it. That's how I've done it my whole life. So keep in mind that if you don't want to eat raw eggs in your ice cream, you need to temper your eggs. And I don't do that though. I know how, but I have not done that. I've tried it, but we've been eating homemade ice cream by this recipe my whole entire life. So those who don't want to eat raw eggs need to figure out how to temper their eggs. I don't do it. But I need to beat this up till it's really mixed well. I have been doing this recipe, like I said, since I was a little girl. I have fond memories of being the one who sat on top of the ice cream freezer while my daddy would turn it. Thankfully, I have an electric freezer here. This actually comes with a handle where you can turn it at the end, because an electric freezer will not freeze your ice cream as hard as a hand crank one will. The hand crank ones, you could freeze it harder. So mine almost always has to set up for quite a while to freeze up a little more. All right, those eggs are mixed fairly well. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sugar and flour. Now, this recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar, but again, I'm making 1.5 gallons, so mine's gonna have a little more. And for 1.5 gallons, I'm gonna use 6 tablespoons of flour. But you can just check the recipe and adjust your recipe depending on your particular freezer, whether yours is 1 gallon or 1.5 gallons, and then you'll just have to make that adjustment. What I'm doing here is I'm mixing the flour and the sugar together so that it doesn't, so the flour doesn't make lumps in my ice cream. And then I'm going to mix this flour and sugar mixture into my eggs. And we're going to mix that together really well. Now, I do think the next thing is a secret ingredient, and that is Eagle brand milk. And for 1 gallon of ice cream, it calls for 1 can of Eagle brand milk. So I'm going to mix that in next. But like I said, I'm making 1.5 gallons. So technically, I should add another 1/2 can of Eagle brand milk. But I'm going to add a whole can of Eagle brand milk instead of 1/2 for that. I do cut back a little bit on the sugar since I'm using 2 full cans of Eagle brand milk, but you can just do it to your taste. How sweet do you want your ice cream? I like mine pretty sweet. Now I'm going to stir all this together. So we're going to mix that well, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our milk. And I like to use whole milk when I make mine. Some people use canned milk. You can really use what you want to. You can make it with skim milk, but if the best ice cream, I think, is whole milk. Actually, some ice cream is made with actual real cream, but real cream will make a smoother ice cream, and to me that doesn't remind me of homemade ice cream. I like the texture that's got a little more ice crystals in it. It's not quite as creamy as ice cream you'll buy at the grocery store. All right, that's mixed really well together, and now I'm gonna need to add milk, but I'm gonna have to get that out of the refrigerator. All right, now that all the sugar, the Eagle Bread milk, and the eggs are mixed together, I'm gonna mix just a little bit of milk into this and mix it in a little bit in this bowl. And the reason is just to thin that Eagle Bread milk down a little bit, and it's gonna help it mix together better once I put it in the ice cream churn. It's a little bit hard to stir it once it's in this ice cream churn. It's a little harder to stir, although this one actually came with a stirring thing. And so I'm gonna try using that today. I haven't used it before, so we'll see if it works today. But yeah, that's all mixed together. So the next thing is to pour this into the ice cream freezer. All right, now I'm just gonna pour this into my ice cream freezer. Oh, and let me just, for those who might be beginners, I'm just gonna show you that this is the kind of paddle. And what happens is the freezer is gonna actually turn the can. The paddle doesn't turn, but the can turns. But the paddle is what will keep your ice cream crystals, the ice crystals that form smaller crystals, which is what you want. And so I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna pour in, hopefully without making a mess. Oh, I did good. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a spoon or something to rake all that good stuff out. All right, now I'm gonna put this back in, and then I'm going to finish filling. There's a fill line in here where it says fill to. Need to find that fill line. And then I'm just gonna fill it up to that line. Pretty much that whole gallon of milk went in there. So if you fill it too full though, it'll pop the lid off because it's going to expand as it freezes. But it's right at the top of the paddle, so that should work. And now the lid goes back on and it kind of pops in place. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it into the actual ice cream churn. Okay, I went ahead and put the ice cream top lid on, and when you're doing yours, you'll just need to follow your manufacturer directions for that. And then we're about to begin churning and adding the ice. I also remembered that I forgot to put the vanilla in, and so I added the vanilla, and it was a tablespoon and a half for a gallon and a half of ice cream. So the ice cream is in the bucket, and then I'm ready to churn it. And I'm gonna begin a process of layering about 2 to 3 inches of ice, and then a half a cup to a cup of rock salt. And the purpose of this rock salt, it does have to be ice cream or rock salt for sure, because it's bigger crystals, and this rock salt is basically going to melt the ice. And by melting the ice, it's going to drop the temperature of that ice below 32 degrees, which then will allow it to actually freeze the ice cream. So that's the purpose of the rock salt. And table salt doesn't work. You have to make sure you get ice cream salt or what they call rock salt to do this. So I'm going to begin. I'm just going to be making layers of ice, and adding rock salt and till I get it completely to the top. And I always start by turning on my ice cream freezer. Now, every ice cream freezer I've had is really noisy. One more thing I might share with you for beginners. There is a hole right here, and that's so if it makes enough brine, it will begin to, so it won't leak over the top, it can leak out the side. And that's why I've set my ice cream freezer in this, my hot water bath canner, so that if anything leaks out, it'll get caught in this thing. I don't usually have much brine to leak out. I don't get that much brine. I wish I could, because that would make better frozen ice cream, but usually I don't have it leaking out this hole. All right, so I'm gonna begin adding ice, and I'm gonna turn it on, and probably this will just be something for you to watch because it's very noisy. All right, the motor kind of finally winded down, and I can look inside and I can see that the ice cream is solid and frozen, so I'm ready to take the top off. And then we're gonna need to pack this some more in ice and let it kind of cure out so that it'll be, but what I like to do at this point is carefully take off the lid, and you have to be careful because you do not want to get salt in there. And then I'm gonna try to pull this out. You don't have to pull this out at this point, but this is what I like to do. It makes it easier to serve later. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, the paddle. Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna. And then while it's open, I'm going to go ahead and just dip a little bit. You'll see it's still very soft, so it needs time to set and still cure out. So it's still really soft. But I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to put the lid back on. And then it comes with a little cap, so I'm going to cap off the top. So now we're going to finish covering this in ice. So basically, no more salt, but we're going to basically cover the whole lid with ice. And it had dropped down pretty good so the ice was melting. I did notice today I used more ice than I normally do. But basically, I'm going to just dump this ice on top, around. And then I'm going to get some towels and kind of cover that and kind of insulate it, and we're going to let this sit for maybe even a couple of hours. We're going to have friends over after church tonight and eat this, but before I quit, I would like to give a taste test. Let's see how good it is. It's delicious. Good as always. I think the ice crystals are really, really finer than normal. So it's really soft. But like I said, it'll firm up as it sits. I hope you've enjoyed this video of me making homemade ice cream. This is really something I love to do. I have so many fond memories of making ice cream as children. I would be the one to sit on the ice cream freezer while my dad would crank it. And I'm just tickled that now I don't have to crank it. I can plug it in. And but hopefully you've enjoyed this video. And I will see you the next time I'm in my kitchen, on my porch, or in my garden.